Hello, this is Ken Herron again, sitting on my back porch. Wanted to talk some more about uh, some of the things we talked about in the last video. There we talked about free trade, but let's talk a little bit about restoring the economy in the United States. To do this, we have to restore our manufacturing. It almost means let's go back for the last 20 years and just do the opposite of what we did to try to get back to where we were. There are really three areas that I think could make a big difference in our economy and do it fairly quickly. Number one is become energy independent. It's foolish, as much oil as we've got, it's foolish that we're not going after it and trying to stop purchasing oil from the foreign countries. I read something the other day that said that one of the reasons we were buying all that oil was to keep it away from India and China. Let them have it. Let's get our own oil and just not worry about the rest of the world in that case. But we're losing so much of our money. We're sending it to our enemies. Our problem in the world is with the Muslim extremists who are being sponsored by the money that we spend on our oil. So number one, let's become energy independent. Build that pipeline from Canada and bring that oil down here. Let's go over to the natural gas. We've got more natural gas than the rest of the world. Let's switch over to natural gas in our cars, in our energy production, making our electricity. Let's do it with natural gas. And the second thing is to put back in some of these import taxes. If a country charges us import taxes on our products going to them, we charge them the same thing on their products coming to us. It doesn't matter if it's the same product, just what do they charge on products coming in. If we charge China what China charges us, it would take us a very few years to pay back the debt that we have with the Chinese. If we were energy independent, we'd have no problem with the Middle East and all the money that we've borrowed and that we owe to them. And the third thing is that we need our government to be buying American products. The textile industry alone could be refurbished and reinstituted in the United States if the government bought all textile products made in America. We don't make them right now, but it wouldn't take but a year or two to crank it all back up. And this time we'd be doing it with the latest equipment and new factories and be very efficient at it. And once you're paying your overhead, making government uniforms and government sheeting, once you're paying your overhead, then you can compete in the marketplace with the foreign goods because you've got your overhead paid. It's a big chunk. So labor is not the big item in most of these things. It's raw materials. And the raw materials, we could get them. And that's just my thoughts for today. And just want to say God bless you and God bless the United States of America. Let's get it back on track.